This is a little more dangerous than... Is it midnight?
This is crazy.
It's what, Friday?
It sucks.
Is it midnight?
This is crazy.
Is it midnight?
This is crazy.
It's what, Friday?
It sucks.
What? And McDonald's is closed.
What you've just witnessed was an example of the type of content that YouTube creator, video game documentarist, film producer, and Donald's app savior, Nick Robinson, would make. The majority of his content will consist of uncovering video game mysteries, in-depth video game subjects, live streaming, and short community videos. Nick Robinson would create his channel on December 25th, 2005, and post his first video on October 17th, 2006, titled Epic Tower Build and Balance on Clubhouse Games, in which it showed who I assume is Nick Robinson playing on the 3DS with no capture card, which, it's his first video, that can let slide. He continues to release videos every year or two. I mean, he barely released any kind of videos, but he started to upload a lot more frequently around 2014, and he first showed his face on the channel 13 videos later, since he created the channel. And it's quite weird hearing his voice at the time, as it still sounds like the exact same voice 60 years later.
So BlizzCon 2014 is underway right now, and I should confess right off the bat, I don't usually follow BlizzCon, and I think that's because I was never really hooked, I guess, until...
However, he wouldn't stop making content related to video games on his main channel, as he was working with other companies in their YouTube channels as well. He first up began working with the company/YouTube channel Web3 Games, a defunct video game YouTube channel that I don't think most people know about, who soon became one of the 3 hosts of the YouTube channel. It's quite hard to say when he first started to appear in the videos, but I assume he started working with the company around 2013. He would then move on from the company as it was shutting down on November 6, 2014, with no disclosed details as to the reason for his disclosure. However, Max Scoville, who worked for Web3 Games, claimed that most people had their own ventures to do and wanted to leave the company. This isn't the full reason why the company closed down, it's a more logical reason, as the channel wasn't really doing well views-wise. And the next day, on November 7th, Web3 Games released a video that includes Nick saying goodbye to his fans on the channel.
Web3 Games video. It has been a really wild ride, especially looking back at 2014 and just like being thrust, or I guess given the position, the opportunity to take this position and sort of take the helm of the channel for a little while there. Obviously really big shoes to fill impossibly big shoes to fill along the way, but just
Nick would later on move on to another company that I think most people would know of, Vox's game district Polygon 2015. He was well known for co-hosting the YouTube series Cowboys with Griffin McElroy.
That's my car. I just bought it with my lawnmower money.
Well, it's a good-looking car. This is BeamNG.Drive. It's a game about saving up real-world money over the course of years and years and years, and using it to buy really nice...
He was really beloved by many fans from Web3 Games and Polygon when he was working with those companies, due to his personality and humor, and people just seeing him as a generally nice guy. The series lasted for 38 episodes and ended on May 18, 2017. During his time working with Polygon and Web3 Games, he also continued to grow his channel by uploading gameplay footage, live streaming, anime content, Japan vlogs, which Japan would be a very important topic later in the video. But the video that really blew him up, and I personally think it's one of my favorite videos of all time on YouTube, titled How to Beat a Walmart Tag.
So it's the night before my family's big Christmas celebration, and I got a DualShock 4 at Walmart, but they forgot to take the alarm off, so I cut the cord thinking that maybe all this does is make it so it beeps when you walk out the door. That's not the case. It is fully blaring. It's about 3 in the morning. But I'm going to show you, it's a little YouTube tutorial, I'm going to show you what to do when this happens.
In which he attempts to stop making the beeping sound on the tag to stop working. but he clearly in the video had no idea how to stop it, and so he improvised throughout the video, as I assume he didn't know that taking the tag with him would be an alright thing to do, and he wouldn't stop beeping at all. The reason that it's one of my favorite videos of all time is how he even got it in the first place, and I really don't want to know how he got it, as I want to keep it as a mystery. And with the poor camera work and him trying to make stuff up throughout the video, it's by far the funniest shit I ever seen, and I just genuinely love his energy throughout the video. Overall, it seemed like he had a pretty good internet career with working with Polygon, and his YouTube channel starting to grow slowly. It's a shame if he did something to ruin his working relationship with Polygon and his fans.
About the allegations that are being made against Nick Robinson, who works for Polygon. He actually used to work for Rev3 Games before that. Well, anyway, let's start from the beginning.
On August 3rd, 2017, controversy would strike to Nick Robinson, as in this tweet he gets aggressive towards the devs of Overcooked with the port on the Switch, calling it a shitty game, which caused a major outroar to Nick, as he shouldn't really blame the developers for the cause of the port. This tweet has gone far enough that another tweet was released, claiming that Nick Robinson has been DMing girls all the time on Twitter, which caused a major discussion between videos that have been messaged by Nick Robinson on Twitter and have been sexually harassed by Nick through the DM. With these allegations quickly spreading through Twitter, Polygon's editor-in-chief Chris Grunt released a statement saying that Nick Robinson is in a suspending pending period through the Vox media, and 5 days later, in a now deleted tweet from Chris Grunt, he stated that Nick has been let go of Polygon. The next day, Nick released a statement in which, long story short, he basically addressed his wrongdoings of sliding into these women's DMs and admits to acting flirty and weird to these people. This post didn't really go well to many people, as it didn't really apologize to the people that have been affected during this process. Soon after, this died down a bit and people moved on to their own thing, because he was already been punished by being forced to leave the company. Now I want to put a disclaimer: do not go and attack him for something he did 3 years ago. He was already punished by his actions and he deserved it. No one should disrespect women like that in their lives on Twitter. Now if you're the best person in the world, that doesn't give you the right to act that way. Nick Robinson has now stayed away from doing anything like that, which is good to see. Honestly, when I found this out when releasing this video, I thought it would be very easy to search this up, but as I wasn't really aware of this to begin with, I kind of felt hurt when making this video. I really thought he had a clean history, but this kind of changed my perspective on him. I'm sure he's a nice guy now, and he seemed like he has grown from it and learned his mistake. Attacking and hating someone for doing something in the past isn't right and doesn't help them at all to grow as a person. Now let's get back to the video. During that time, we didn't upload a single video that month. Now the new video will come out on November 14th, 2017. He will continue to upload videos at that time, which the progress of his channel was slow, which I think is a good start to do when coming out of a very controversial situation, and I wouldn't think that any other gaming outlet would ever hire him at that time. So starting to work on your YouTube channel would be the best option if Nick would want to continue on making gaming related content, and it seemed like it was going in the right direction of his career. What made his content so interesting from any other game related channel is that with these gaming mysteries, he gets heavily involved with this, and even solving them as well, either by himself or with a small group of people. And he has gone into more interesting topics in video games that no one really thinks about, like Luigi's dental problems. Seriously. Now let me give you a showcase of the type of content that he has released for the past 3 years. He has recorded the aftermath after his burned down house and made it into the side of Resident Evil 7, uncovering the truth behind Domino's app and its ad, which includes the president of Domino's with Hatsune Miku, and bringing it back to life after he released the files for the app onto the internet, witnessing the first ever Hexatris made on Tetris Effect by professional Tetris player Troy Harrison, and vetted the Don't Know What Time It Is challenge and inspired countless YouTubers to do the same thing as well, exposing Nintendo for allowing Reggie to sit on the low-tier Aeron chair for his entire career of working with Nintendo, helped out at a change.org petition to get Reggie a better chair, reached nearly 30,000 signatures, and Reggie got a fully loaded Aeron chair. Discovering an unknown Nintendo character that had no Google searches up until that video, left his goddamn silver button in a Domino's building and never came back to it. Uncovering the mystery behind the narrator of Super Monkey Ball, don't know what time is challenge again, but goes to a country where the sun doesn't appear, goes to Sega headquarters and poses for a new Super Monkey Ball game by taping a defined image of Super Monkey Ball on the building, which is forbidden for doing that type of image, exposing Nintendo, yes, fucking again, for misspelling a word in Animal Crossing New Horizons, and by far one of his most famous mysteries that he has uncovered and has become a popular speedrunning game is the McDonald's DS training game. Oh my god. And if you've been watching his content like I have for a long time, then you will know the common trips Nick has been taking to make these videos, whether it's necessary or completely not. He has gone to Japan so many times for these type of videos, and that it just becomes a running joke throughout his videos. If he doesn't go to Japan in his videos, then it's gonna be a good time looking through his comment section then. I really admire Nick's videos, and whilst he had some downfalls in his career, he has managed to do a big comeback and regain his lost fans he used to have and gain new ones in the process, including me. And I hope he continues making more high quality and edited video essays. Oh man, alright. Well, thank you guys for watching through this video. As it's one of my biggest videos I've done, I'm glad it's the last video on my channel in 2020, and I have high hopes for 2021. I hope you guys have a good Christmas, and I'll see you guys again next time.